Yo, what's up, guys? Julian back again with another video, and today we're working on my wifey. It's a 2013 Honda Accord Sport, 4 cylinders. Um, so far I've had this car for a little bit over 3 years, and it never gave me no hard issue at all. The only thing that I ended up replacing was the oxygen sensor because when I got it, it had the code, so it was an easy fix, and I got it for the price that I got it for. It was a happy deal, and I got it with 173 miles, so you can tell if I still got it for 3 years with no trouble at all. Just replacing the water pump, which I did it myself. Uh, Funny story was the water pump. I went to the mechanic. They told me the water pump itself was $150, I believe, and then the replacement cost was $300. So I ended up fixing it myself, and then now again it's throwing faulty codes for the ignition coils and misfire on cylinder 3. So recently, I changed the spark plugs, and I found out that on the cylinder 3 there was oil leaking. So I put it all back together, and then I went purchased. Actually, before I even purchased anything, I went to the mechanic, and they told me to fix it all. It would be 600, 200 parts, and then 400 labors. So what I ended up doing was I went on eBay and ordered the gasket, which was leaking, and it's right now it's holding at 200,000 miles. It just hit 200,000 miles, so you can see that it should be giving me a little bit of trouble. Well, so I ordered the seal. It came in, and then instead of me taking it to the mechanic, I was like, you know what? Let me just get a date that I will have at least 3 hours, because that's what most of the time whenever I work on the car, it takes me about 3 hours. A normal mechanic with everything, like all tools to get certain type of wires, to get certain type of bolts, to get all this stuff. It would take him, for a job like this one, it would take him about, I would say, an hour and a half, or maybe less, maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes. And the job, like the water pump that I did before, which was on the side, way under the car. So to open it, you have to open some bolts on top and then get some on the bottom. That one I would say would take about an hour. So, but this job that I'm doing right now, I had a uh, I had all the tools, but I was missing certain extensions and certain sockets, especially 10 millimeter. I didn't have any, so I had to use something equivalent to the size in order to get some of those bolts. Um, so far, uh, this job, it wasn't a headache. It was really simple. Here's the bolts, one on one. Just remember where everything is, which is always, it's just the way you take it out is the same way you put it back. So easily just opened all the bolts, taking my sweet time because I knew uh, this is an easy job but not easy job. So, and I wanted to make sure everything is coming out right, no trouble at all, and that by the time I'm done, I'm I'm just done, and I don't have to reopen anything or forget anything. So, um, so far, this was my first time doing the seal for the. Everything is escaping my mind. Yeah, so I'm doing the voiceover at 2 a.m. And it's like a week after I did the video, so everything is escaping my mind. But so far, Anyway, so before I installed the panel back, I had to use this type of seal on all four corners of the frame for the panel. And this seals it protects and holds the gasket into place, because I had to put it on the gasket first, and then I put it also on the frame where the plastic cover goes. It's oil resistant, yeah. For those that wonder, it's oil resistant. It's pretty good, and it works with any type of place. So and I want to make sure the job that I'm doing is coming out perfectly fine, and it's holding for the next at least 5-10 years. You never know, but yeah. So here's me applying it every little corner where as much as I can in order to get the perfect seal. You know. So yeah, and this project really, and it opens up more self trust, you know, and it just it shows me that all I want to do I can do, and that's what I'm always preaching. That's what I'm always about, and I love that I had to do this. But the funny thing behind it is, you can see all the story that I work on the car was because the mechanic were charging me to a point where I'm questioning myself. Like, should it really cost that much for the type of work or the amount of work that's needed on the car? It's just questionable stuff. Like, let's say I'm making, let's say, $13 an hour. What would stop or will give them the priority to charge me $300 an hour? Like, make that make sense? You see, that's why when you come to understanding all this little stuff, and you get to work on your own car, there's a lot of more room to save up. Because $300, that's a whole paycheck, and that's before parts. So yeah, staying frugal and being frugal is what brought me to this stage, to where, like, most of the stuff I'm doing it myself. I remember when I first got this car, and it was, let's go back to when I first started driving. And at that point, I was 15 years old, because I was pacing, I was rushing to drive, and I got all my driver's permit 15. So when I first started driving, I didn't even have any knowledge of what gas, the difference between all the different type of gas or anything like that. All I knew was this is accelerating and this is braking, and then this is turning on the lights, this is left, right, and this is the hazard lights, and just the basic stuff. But over time, like, just Google one-on-one, anything I find myself questioning what it is, I just Google it, until when went to a point I started a little bit watching mechanics that used to work on the cars before, around the apartments that we were in, and I just little by little get the understanding. I asked them, what is this, what is that, and from there I started with changing oxygen sensors. Then I went to changing my own oil, and then from there I just started changing those smaller parts, like those hoses, like the map sensors, all those little stuff, battery, and then to a point where the the more problem that comes in, the better understanding I have and or research I do at the moment, so I could have I boost my confidence. So when I get to do the work, I understand and I know what I need in order to get the job done. I couldn't say completed, but anyway, so yeah, yeah, just as easy as that. Now I'm to a point where I can take a whole car apart and then put it all back together. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, the most beside removing the engine, but like hoses and all that little stuff is just done deal to me. And here's where I turn on my wifey, just getting her to run, feel how the engine is sounding like, uh, just ex- and get to expect inspect expect no inspect around to see if anything is loose or any leakage from the seal or anything like that, in order to make sure I have everything ready and good to go. So I could take my baby for a small check, since it's doing like a month from now. So yeah, done deal, man. Yeah. Also, I I will have thinking about us doing side jobs, cars, but I should. Nah, nah, I'm good. I don't know. It's just I like to work on things, but I just don't like things that would take me too many hours doing. So I don't know if you understand it, but I'm fully hands on, hands on. So, and here's me checking for leakage anywhere. Since like that part was the hardest part to put in, so just checking if I left any trouble. And the crazy thing I did was I put everything all the way back together before I even checked. But thankfully everything came out great, and my baby was fine. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a great day. Peace.